Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about personal development today. Why somebody might be interested in doing some personal development, what that actually means and looks like, and my favorite tools for personal development. Personal development is something that I try to put into my daily life, whether it's trying to grow my knowledge on something, grow my understanding of something, work on something within myself that I feel like I need to improve on. And these are just a few small ways I bring personal development habits into my everyday life. Things that in a typical week, I do at least a little bit to some extent each day. Obviously some more than others, but for the most part there's going to be a little bit of it in each day. And fitting it in a little bit each day can help you make long-term goals come to life in personal development. One of which is walking, taking Max on a walk, and listening to podcasts. I love this particular routine I have for personal development because there's a wide variety of topics you can cover with podcasts. You can learn how to make stuff, you can learn about history, you can get some encouragement, you can work on things emotionally and mentally and hear encouraging stories and hear stories of people that are going through maybe the journey you're going through or trying to overcome the same struggles you're overcoming, and really grab some amazing stories that just can teach you so much and help you process so much and really just help you pull in those things about yourself that you're trying to work on. Podcasts are huge for me for personal development. Some of my favorites, as you can see, I have a very long list of different podcasts covering a lot of wide variety of topics and opinions and approaches to things. But some of my favorites for personal development, Dave Ramsey for money and just mindset is really great. The Homemaking Foundations podcast with Jamie Balmain is amazing for spiritual personal development and household personal development and just life management. The Purpose Show with Ali Casaza is really good for simplifying life and running a business. Really good. And then I do also have a ton of fun ones like American History Tellers. That is a really cool American history podcast, and true crime podcasts like Up and Vanished and Crime Junkie for food, nutrition, balanced bites. I've talked about this podcast a lot. So those are just some of my favorites. The other major habit that can be really incredible for personal development is, of course, books and reading. I've been trying to get back into reading. I've been trying to carve out more time for it. I used to read all the time, and I kind of think podcasts started replacing it. And I want to get back to, even if it's just listening to some books on Audible, reading again and diving into some of the books that I haven't read in a long time. And really, that opens a wide variety of topics for personal development because there's a whole genre of books dedicated to self-help and personal development. And I think to some extent you do want to be discerning about what ones are for you and what ones aren't. There's some really great finance books, there's some really great business books, there's some really great spiritual personal development books, there's some really great marriage books, and just making sure that you really focus on what you want to focus on is incredibly helpful. So knowing your topic you're going into it with can help you pick out some books to read. Dave Ramsey has some good books. And on the spiritual side, I love Beth Moore. So books can be a huge tool for it, and getting in the habit of reading is a very different experience than anything else. I have talked about that I think a couple of times before, where as far as learning goes, reading is so different from anything else we do because it just enters your brain in a different way, and it's not something we can do on autopilot, and it forces us to kind of slow down and focus. It pushes our brain into creative mode because you're not being given the images, you're not being given the vocal tones. You are taking what you're reading on the paper and bringing it to life in your own mind. And there's something very powerful and encouraging about that, and something that can spark a light for you that is awesome. So being in the habit of reading is huge for personal development. That can really help is routines. Being in the routine of certain things can help you make more time for personal development, and you can use those routines to implement the topics within personal development that you are wanting to improve on. So it's your action step, it's your action modem, it's your medium of actually taking steps to use what you're learning in personal development, whether that's prioritizing certain things or getting better habits in place for certain things. It's routines, like doing the dishes. Overall, those are the areas of personal development that I try to instill at least a little bit in each day. And I feel like as far as personal development goes, that has brought me a really long way in being able to keep myself focused on different goals and grow my understanding, grow my knowledge, but also fit it into daily life, because I can listen to a podcast while doing stuff around the house or taking Max for a walk or driving somewhere. I can read a book for just a few minutes. I don't have to necessarily sit down for an extended period of time and read a book. I can read one chapter at a time and make progress that way. And I can put that into my routine. And I can implement routines and be intentional with how I'm using what I'm learning to target certain things. So that is what I try to implement for everyday personal development habits. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will put different videos I've done on podcasts and books and things like that in a playlist for you. And I hope you enjoy those. I hope those help you. And I will see you in those videos.